I was like, way to invite yourself, buddy. All right, well. That's my favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9 proudly bring to you the sixth Gary and Hary
Number
show.
6 in the building.
Feels good to be back.
What's up, man? Got us a special guest, another special guest in the building this week.
Another VIP joining us. Shout out to B. Lee the Plug. We got B. Lee the Plug in the building.
What's going on? Happy to be here.
I'm glad to have you, man. See, you got your purple and gold on.
You know, Lakers. We slowly treading in the right
Y'all
direction.
trying to do some things.
We got about 10 seconds for you. We'll give you about a 10-second
figure
spot on
it
the
out.
Lakers.
We're going to figure something out. Give you a little
15.
time to let you run and talk about your Lakers and what they got coming on, man. How you been, bro?
I'm
Welcome
good.
back.
Yeah.
Mike, what's going on, my dog?
Good.
So, yeah, man, you know what the first segment is? You already know. Get it off my chest. I know you got something that you want to get off your chest, and I think a lot of people have this same thing on their chest right now, but I'm going to let you go ahead and start it up.
So thank you again to Gary for obviously coming up with the segment. Andrew last week for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
He started off the swear jar fund that if somebody was going
Absolutely.
to cuss $10 in the bucket. I brought an extra $100 with me today just in case because I feel like I'm gonna make some mistakes. But
Oh, man.
I am absolutely disgusted at the Panthers owner. What's his name? Richardson.
Yes.
I am absolutely disgusted by Steve Wilkes. Is not only a phenomenal coach to take a team to go 6-6
Tell me
after
why.
having a quarterback carousel between Sam Darnold, P.J. Walker, and then eventually Baker Mayfield to be released and go to the Rams.
Right.
He's doing all this to keep them basically within a game of winning the division.
They
Game and
fought
a half.
hard for him, man.
Game and a half. They did everything for him. The offense was out of their mind, and you had a two running back tandem of Chuba Hubbard and Foreman, whatever his name is.
Right.
But they're setting all these records, and I don't want to assume, but Rooney Rule, anything? Like, are you going to tell me?
It's almost at this point, I want to call it a joke. But when it comes to the Rooney Rule, I almost want to call it a joke, seriously, because there are too many situations where there are coaches that have earned opportunities and just get the BS interview just because of the Rooney Rule, knowing good and well when you get there, that man's not. You're not gonna hire him. You're not gonna hire him. It's the I'm gonna just get you in the door, give you a quick little run around. Raheem Morris gets it all the time. People like that, they get it all the time.
I don't
Eric
understand.
Bieniemy.
Did you see the hang up where they're gonna really investigate it? Apparently Frank Wright's daughter was hired like 2 weeks before to the marketing department.
I'm literally going to ask, like, what is the connection? Because you have Steve Wilkes, who has bled with that team, who's done everything, who took them to
Right.
almost the promised land, and then some dude that probably has no connection to the team gets to walk in. How?
And the thing is, the players lobbying for him, the staff. But when it comes down to it, it's one of those guys that I guess the owner feels like I can't sit and have a drinking, a burger with you and have a whole full conversation and not talk about football or be one of them, not to say good old boy situations, but that's really kind of what it is.
2 weeks before. Is that real?
2 weeks before his daughter was already hired to the marketing department. So of course Steve Wilkes' lawyer came out and highlighted that point as well.
As you should.
That's crazy.
And Steve Wilkes was already attached to the other lawsuit from
Flores.
Flores. So he was already attached to that from the Cardinals. So
See, that's what I'm saying, man. And now you get to the point now it's gonna start getting ugly.
Yep.
It's gonna be a situation where the Rooney Rule is not even gonna matter anymore. Because
I mean, has it ever? To be
I mean, no, not really. That's what I'm saying. Like, you might as well toss it in the trash.
yep, box check.
Like, literally, that's all it is. And I feel you, man. That even watching all across the sports world, people were upset about that. As the moment Frank Wright got announced, that's insane. Doesn't make sense. But at this point, it's a slap in the face into that situation.
It is. It's disrespectful.
But then you got to turn around and somebody like D'Amico Ryans is balling out there in San Francisco, and now he might be Houston's head coach, but he also played for them.
You can only hope. But at this point, if he's not, are you going to be surprised?
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's almost like it's a comfort level for them versus who's the best leader of men. Because it's clear in day who's the better leader of men in these situations.
And when it comes down to it, just like with Mike Tomlin, not pulled off, and again, not having a losing season. Started off with, two wins in the first 8 weeks?
That's your team. You tell us.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's insane.
Yep.
And then there's plenty of examples out there like that, even from interim situations to fully just taking over a whole job. It's crazy. You feel better?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't cuss. No, I don't feel better. I'm gonna be honest. I am angry. I'm pissed off because the first thing that goes through my mind is like I don't know, man. Did he even get an interview? Like
I think he got an interview.
Yes.
I think they interviewed maybe.
So he was a finalist,
right? I think they interviewed maybe 10 people, 10 or 12. Now, Indy, they interviewed like 15 candidates and gave Saturday a second interview. You know what I mean?
Jim Irsay is off his rocker, bro. Like you got to be on pills. You got to be doing something because
always has been.
yes.
I mean, yeah, you can look at his past too. A quick Google will give you some knowledge, but this. Oh my God. Can we move on? Can we go to something good?
We can go.
Tell me something good.
Just to get it off my chest. Championship weekend, man. We're coming into this thing hot.
The best football.
Yes, the best football we got. Baseball's around the corner. Shout out to the Braves and everybody else getting ready. Spring training about to crank up.
Braves Fest was fun. If y'all missed it, you got to come to it.
It was a great time. Formerly known as Chop Fest. People that didn't realize the comparison. They're like, oh, what's Braves Fest? Chop Fest. It's the same thing.
Is this something new?
It's the same thing. But at the end of the day, when we get to the end of it, we're going to hit this one thing too, NFL offseason, bro. One thing that's coming to make you feel a little bit better about the season, and we both love it. As far as combine, draft, all that kind of stuff, free agency, that's one thing I'm excited about. As far as me being able to say, at least I got that coming.
Yeah, everybody's got some favorites, some sleepers, somebody that you haven't heard about.
Oh yeah.
But there's some of these kids that are coming out of college now. They could just have these phenomenal names. Mm-hmm. The kid from Alabama, what's his name? Smoke Monday or something like that.
Yeah, their nicknames are crazy. Just like I think it started with Sauce last year.
Sure, I guess that's. I don't think that was his real name, but he changed to it. That's fine.
Hey, I don't even know what Sauce's real name is.
Ahmad.
It's Ahmad Gardner.
Thank you.
There you go.
Perfect. We knew we brought you on the show for a reason.
Absolutely.
Shout out to B-Lee the Plug, everybody. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Then I think Alabama too. They got a third string quarterback named General Booty. His first name is General. I swear to God, you can look it up. I think he rocks number 14, and his last name is Booty. General Booty. Shout out to your parents. Good for you.
We got jokes for days. I think we had a tough time in high school, kid. We had to.
Or crushed it.
I mean, either way, it worked out for me. That Bama playing football, so something worked out. Okay, let's transition since we just hit Braves Fest a quick minute. Let's just transition to our baseball segment real quick.
Here we go.
It's coming up. We're gonna hit it real fast. Like you just said, Braves Fest was amazing. One thing I would say, the Braves did. Bringing back Snicker, signing him to an extension, like you said earlier, well deserved.
Yeah, I think it's like a little loyalty rewarded contract. He might not be expected to finish that contract,
right?
Especially if he wins the World Series again this year. It's like, hey man, if you're ready to retire, we appreciate you.
I'll take that deal, aspects, really. But I'll take that trade off.
It's just that let's get you on the books, give you a little bit more money, and we could talk what happens after this season, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think the leadership aspect of it too, just to still, even though he might be on the way out, kind of try to sift through the staff and see who might take the job afterwards, or who. Most time we hire from in-house anyway.
Correct. So, and if we're going to talk about in-house, you want to give a shout out to who unfortunately just left us but went to the Astros?
Go ahead.
Dana Brown.
Go ahead and holler at him, man.
Yeah, our VP of scouting, Dana Brown, has done a terrific job. Been credited with players like Vaughn Grissom, Mike Harris, They did
Strider.
a whole article on him standing on the table for us to take Mike Harris earlier than expected. Some people were trying to make him a pitcher. So again, been a great part of our organization. Has gotten a chance to go be the GM for Houston. So continue to do those great things. I'm expecting them to start locking up young players like us. We set the trend.
Absolutely.
And Harrison says it all the time. Alex AA has been playing chess the entire time. And everybody else is playing checkers. You're not these big deals, these big 12, 13-year deals for $200, $300 million. For what? Because by the time you get your wear out of them, they're going to be just eating up your money anyway. So what's the point? It doesn't make any sense. But then you flip it around and you look at our core for the next 7 years, we're in contention. It's just point blank period.
At least.
Now, speaking of big deals, how y'all feel about Shohei Ohtani in this basically $500 million situation they're talking about?
I mean, they said the same thing for Juan Soto. He didn't sign. They said the same thing for Aaron Judge. He didn't get that much.
Right.
They said the same thing for Trout, and Trout ended up settling on like 400.
Right.
$500 million is
It's a lot of money for one person
I
on a
think
sports deal.
that's an eventual number,
but he's
that's
insane,
not for.
though.
You're not gonna be able to do that forever. You can't do both of those.
Yeah, but you can get the money. I agree. But you can't. You're gonna be able to get the money out of Shohei just because his global appeal.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So then you just got to hit it
PR,
hard as far
marketing.
as making sure you're making
You
the
gotta
money
put somebody
while
around
he
him,
is.
man.
Yes.
Because like that's how I felt about like even when it came to Freeman leaving last year, I was like, if you're gonna go to California, I would have went to the LA to go rock with Ohtani and Trout, as opposed to trying to just be in the mix with the Dodgers. But you would think it would be some appeal, but Angels don't bring them like that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure with even the Angels ownership, Moreno, whatever they were
That's what
talking
I'm
about,
saying.
like
Like-
just flipping the team. I was like, I feel like y'all got it like just a couple of years ago, but
They pulled that off now. Now they're saying they're gonna keep the team.
correct. So it's
That's
just
what
like
I'm saying. So like,
it's just business
It's
to some of the
weird.
owners at the end of the day. Like we all know who the majority ownership group is for the Braves as far as Liberty Media. But seriously, a shout out to like the PR department as well as Alex Anthopoulos, Dana Brown. Thank you for everything. It just seems like anytime there's a speck of not the greatest news to come out of the Braves organization,
Right.
immediately like a day later there's great news. So Dansby leaves, Sean Murphy, come on down. Freddie leaves, Matt Olson, come on down. Dana Brown leaves, contract extension for Brian Snitker. So they know how to flip it, and it's a good thing. And this organization is heading clearly into a different stratosphere from the rest of the teams that are willing to pay, that $300, $400 million to a single player. When it's like, all right, that could be our entire payroll for the next 2-3 years, and
Exactly.
they make it work. So just shout out to everyone. Congratulations. I think it's going to be a phenomenal Brave season coming up.
should be fun, man. All right, so that was pretty good. What me and you are both rocking today, basketball hoodies, okay?
I didn't get the memo, but
Hey.
shout out to Terrapin. If you ever
Hey.
need some good beer and barbecue, feel free to stop by the Terrapin Tap Room.
Hey, that's a good time for the plug in that. So now let's transition to this NBA thing. We're in the thick of the season, over the halfway mark. All-Star time is here, okay?
These trade rumors are insane right now.
Man, it's, trade rumors off the Wazoos, All-Star snubs, all that kind of stuff. So let's just start it off with hometown real quick. Hawks had a 5-game winning streak. Once again, one of those situations, they lose to Charlotte because they can't figure out how to close the close games. Just had found a way to lose the game the other night. It's just one of those situations where the trade rumors are surrounding. Collins is on the block everywhere. Still trying to figure out this chemistry thing. But at the end of the day, Trey and DeJounte putting up nice numbers right now. Both of them about 25 apiece. Trey averaging almost 10 assists. DeJounte around 7. And of course, DeJounte has more rebounds. He's around the 7 or 8 category with about 2 or 3 steals. But over the last month, Trey has picked up his off-ball defense game, and he's averaging around 2 steals in that stretch we've been winning. As you've been watching and watching your Heat, how you feel?
I mean, just to stick with Atlanta, I know John Collins is probably going to be gone. He's suffered through these rumors for what, the last 2-3 years now, basically since he got
whack
since he got
contract.
the whole extension. What you're going to get in return for him, it depends on obviously who you're trading with.
Right.
You're trying to go after a possible 6-man sharpshooter, somebody to come off the bench and help you out offensively a little bit. You want a little more defense, backup big. Houston has been rumored.
Right.
I do believe that he is going to go to the West Coast. I don't think he'll stay in the Eastern Conference. As far as the Heat, they've climbed up to the 6th seed, but we're just every other day. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So we're trying, but where you want to be is essentially in the top 6 because you don't want to really have to participate in that play-in tournament.
No, it's terrible. I mean, it's good for basketball, it's good for ratings, but as far as an individual team, you don't want to be in that thing, man. Yeah. You don't want to be in that round robin knockout. You don't want to be in that. But at the same time, I get what you're saying for them, for your Heat, because y'all are in the 6th spot. Y'all are, 6 games over 500 now? If you look at the East top to bottom, you got Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Cleveland, who's still keeping afloat. They got that young talent. Those guards are nice out there. Miami, the Knicks, Hawks, Indy, and Washington round out the top 10.
I mean, it sounds about right, to be honest, for the East. But for those top 6 that you mentioned, that's probably what the top 6 is going to be. Unless there's a significant move that the Hawks, I'll never believe in the Knicks.
No, absolutely not.
As long as Dolan's there, they're never going to win anything.
But I will say, just like last year, Julius Randle has his little hot streak going right now. The other night, he dunked on like 3 different people.
Julius Randle's famous for what? A current meme? Smiling and laughing at what's his name for missing 2 consecutive free throws?
Yes, was it not Donovan? Who was he talking to?
He was
Tatum? Was it Tatum or Brown?
Jaylen
Brown. That's who it was.
He's talking smack, but all right, good for you. You got your contract. You went to the Knicks. If you're on any other team, you might get a little more publicity, but you're also playing in the Mecca. You're playing in New York. So how much more publicity do you actually need?
I agree.
He's only been...
How about Jalen Brunson, though?
Oh, well, he's earning his money right now.
22 and 6.
He's earning his money.
They signed him.
He's earning his money, no
playing.
doubt.
But is that still good enough for the Knicks to get out of the, what did you say, 7th seed?
Yes, they're the 7th seed right now, 27 and 23.
It's also the Knicks.
Absolutely.
They're going to end up doing Knick-ish things.
I agree. So, speaking of the Knicks, how you feel about them talking about trying to send Derrick Rose to a contender?
I think they should. They got enough young guards on that team, so I would say it should. But I think I'm with you all as far as like the Knicks. But Jalen Brunson, I think when you got a point guard like that, and everybody was saying he got overpaid, but the stability he brought to them.
Peep the scene. You got some shout outs going.
There we go.
You got some shout outs
there
going.
We go. Showing love. Yes. I appreciate my people out there.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Derrick Rose, I do think he should be on the contender. It's been a while since we've seen Derrick Rose get to play, and then I feel like that time when he was with the Timberwolves, start hitting game winners. He was starting to get his mojo back. So the game of basketball would love to see Derrick Rose on the court.
I know I would. Even if it's not, it's not Prime D Rose, but you just like to see him out there, man. The story has always been incredible.
Yeah, last time I saw him on my timeline, it was for his baby mama and wife getting along for Christmas. So I'd rather see him talk about talking about D Rose on the basketball court.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to families.
They were talking about even sending him back to Chicago. They were like, "Would you like to see him back in Chicago again?" I mean, yeah, just to see him in Chicago, but they're not doing anything right now.
I think most of the
11th seed.
Probably wants to watch him again.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can get with that. All right, let's transition. You got it on since we going to the West real quick. You came in here with it. We're gonna talk about your Lakers. Then we'll transition to this All-Star situation in the West. Denver, Memphis, the Kings, Pelicans still keeping afloat. Now they got Brandon Ingram back, right? Zion's supposed to be coming back. The Clippers at 5, Silky Sloth and the Mavericks at 6.
My guy.
Warriors holding on at 7, at the 7th seed. Minnesota, Phoenix, and Utah. So,
man, hold on though. Utah was literally leading the pack like a month ago.
Absolutely,
they're free falling now.
Yes,
they're gonna sell everybody.
I'll take what's his name? The big
Marketing.
Yes, man. Wow, yes, man.
A lot of people would.
I take him, and they just traded for him. But if they clean the house, bring him.
Yeah.
Collins for marketing straight up.
I don't think the Jazz would do that.
I don't think so either.
Marketing should be starting over Zion if we want to talk about it. But
I mean,
that's if you know basketball and you know the numbers. Though.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a fan popularity.
I'm with you.
So speaking of that, we'll transition to your Lakers. Y'all are 23 and 26. All right. Now, as a LeBron fan, this is like the only era of Lakers basketball that I actually pay attention to, like, for real, because I'm not really a fan of y'all like that. The Kobe and Shaq era, I respected it. The Kobe era respected it. You know? But, not a fan because back in the day I was a Kings fan. So losing to Shaq and Kobe didn't sit well with me. And Kevin Garnett was my best player. It's just one of those things.
Up on them a lot. All those teams.
I know. Yes, I know. Which is why, but with LeBron being on your team, I actually want y'all to win for LeBron because I'm not a LeBron hater. I was a big LeBron supporter. So how you feeling about what y'all got going now?
So I feel a little bit better how we've been playing, I would say, probably the past month. It's been about 2 years where it's just like, what direction are we going in? So depending on the day, it was getting to a point to where it's like, let's just start trading everybody. But now I think we got enough pieces that we can. LeBron has found the fountain of youth once again. I feel like over the past 2 or 3 years, he just figured out. He was getting banged up, but I feel like he's found that rhythm of when to sit out and knowing when to push go. So he's playing at an unbelievable clip. Kobe, my favorite player of all time, but over this past week or two, it's just like, this is the best. This is the best we ever seen. 38 years old, being able to do this, put in these kind of numbers night in and night out. And it was for a while where he would get his numbers, but we would just be losing. And it's like, it's not impactful, but I can understand. But now it's like, you can see him running the game again like he was in his prime.
Absolutely.
It's like, we're winning because of LeBron to keep us afloat. AD came back last game. Almost killed himself at half court again, but he's okay. But if we can keep those two on the court and start the pull, we got the Rui addition. We needed some wing size. So we got the Rui addition. Yep. So I feel good about the team we have. I still think we can make moves. And Pelinka has said he's still on the look. So we'll see what happens. I like Westbrook as a sixth man, but depending on who we can get, some of those rumors out here. I like to stay on my current team, but hearing a Levine, names like that, if we can get that in the mix, of course, I'm excited about that. But
absolutely,
health is our biggest thing. If we can stay healthy, I think we'll be able to make that climb and get out of the play-in and be in those top 6 games because we started 2-10.
Yeah.
So it takes a little bit to get out of that hole, but we've started to steady the ship. So
I like the way that they are making the moves as far as you can tell to see them improving if you watch them. Hachimura is going to be big for y'all, I think, as far as hitting those catch and shoot, being able to wing defend, because I didn't have any wing defenders for real.
He's a lot bigger than people think.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
And then, how they call him? The Japanese Jordan is what they call him. That's what I heard they call him. That's what I've heard they call him, man. But when it comes down to
shaking his head as well, he's like,
no, that's what I've seen though.
Shout out to my wife and kid.
Hey, love it. Love it.
Thank you.
So when it comes down to your Lakers, now out of those 3 wild card point guards, you got 3 wild ones. All right, Schroeder, Pat Bev, and of course Russ. Now I get you saying you want to keep Russ for the 6-man situation unless a good deal comes across. But those other 2, man, when I watch them play, I laugh half the time, especially with Pat Bev. He makes me laugh.
Going back to Sauce Gardner real quick, you saw who he compared Pat Bev to in the NFL?
No.
Eli Apple.
Oh.
Just for talking all kinds of
Eli Apple got to relax, man.
That's what Shady McCoy said.
Right.
Shady McCoy rebutted what you said.
It
was like, he don't have, at least Pat Bev that made all defensive. Eli Apple ain't made nothing his whole career.
Toast is what he been making. Been making toast.
But Dennis heated up. I think Dennis, I like Dennis. He's heated up. You have to keep Dennis focused.
We saw that a lot when he was here. Trust
yes,
me.
we did.
A lot of that when he was here.
Those are my going out days. So I used to see him just as much as out. I used to see Dennis
man,
out. So.
Insane.
I recognize that hair.
Right. Exactly. So he's a wild card for you, but I think he can definitely keep some value coming for you so they can steady the ship when it comes down to it. Let's transition, from from the Lakers to the All-Star game. First of all, who is excited about an All-Star game in Utah?
I think because of that, that's why they're doing the draft the day of.
Yes.
You got to give it something.
That's going to be cool.
It is going to be cool, and I think that's why they're doing it, but because it's in Utah. It's like, all right,
you got to give them something.
We gotta hype this up as much as possible. Man. So what are we gonna do? Just legit.
Y'all ain't got y'all tickets to go.
Who? Salt Lake City.
What am I supposed to be flying on? Air Alaska?
I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm sure it'll be fun and everything for the weekend, but it's not like one of them All-Star weekends where you're going to show up on a Monday and hang out all week. No, you're not doing that in Salt Lake City, dog. They can barely get people to come sign a free agent deal over there. We want to come spend All-Star weekend. It's
the new bubble.
Basically.
They took the All-Star game to the bubble.
Come on, man.
There's still stuff coming out about the bubble, by the way.
let's transition into these All-Star picks, and y'all can tell me as far as the starters who y'all feel snubbed. I know I have a snub in the East for sure. So let's go with the West. You got LeBron James. Of course, this is his 20th All-Star game, basically.
Yes.
It is. That's insane.
His 20th season.
20th All-Star.
Well, then 19. Because he didn't make it his rookie year. He
There you
made it
go.
every other year.
That's
He's also another record. He has scored 40 against all 30 NBA.
that was
franchises.
dope.
Ridiculous.
That's dope. That's insane when you think about that.
That is a good stat, though.
Yes.
No one ever. The fact that no one's ever done that, and you keep looking at him breaking records, is like, yeah, people say he's been playing for 20 years, but 20-year vets don't do what he's doing.
No way.
There's
No
there's
way.
two sides to the coin. You know where I'm going with this? The people that haven't had a chance to do it in the past is because they didn't move around as much as he has, right?
Okay.
So giving you the opportunity to, I think there was a quarterback in the NFL that did it, that scored or defeated every team. Oh yeah, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But point is, congratulations to him, obviously, for scoring 40 against every single franchise in the NBA. But when you look at the past, as far as Jordan, was Jordan going to do it when he was 42 with the Wizards or whatever it was, you know?
I mean, he averaged what when he was with the Wizards. He averaged 20, like 20, right at 20, I think. A game
Probably.
when he was with the Wizards. So I mean,
He's in a better physical condition than anybody probably ever at
ever
his
in
age
year
or
20,
size.
ever.
So congratulations to LeBron again. But that record is not achievable or attainable without going to South Beach, back to Cleveland, going to LA.
he definitely had a lot of opportunities to play.
And he has to carry the teams too.
Absolutely. So that means
Put them on their back.
So he also has playoff points and all that kind of stuff. Like the amount of games that he's played, being in 10 NBA finals, that's just a lot of basketball, man. And for him to be able to hold on and only have like tissue injuries like hamstrings or ankle or groin, and he just now started getting those kind of injuries. It's impressive, man. And I'm glad we were able to see it because we
All of
won't
it.
see it again, man.
All of it.
Yeah, like literally got to see every single drop of this man's career. Even I was younger when Jordan was popping, but at the same time, I didn't get to really pay attention to all of it until got a little bit older and got to see that 90s run. But being able to see this is insane. It's almost like being able to watch Brady, even as much as I can't stand him. Being able to say I was there for the whole thing and saw it, it's impressive, man.
Yep.
I got to see Jordan.
There it is.
Kobe, and LeBron.
Yep.
There it is.
Hey, man, but that's beautiful, though. That's beautiful.
And he been referencing Tom Brady a lot in his conversations on the
Yeah.
shop and stuff because they've been talking to him about playing against father-son combos. But yeah, and normally when you get at this stage of your career and you making all-star teams, you can do it off just the name or just being on the Lakers. So see him to be able to play at the clip he is, and it's like he's playing as the top forward in the league.
Absolutely.
And the earn is just ridiculous.
Which is why he's the captain again. So right before we go pay some bills, let's go shout this out real quick. On the West, you got LeBron, Zion, Joker,
Yes.
Steph Curry,
Yeah.
Silky Sloth, Luka Doncic. Of course, Zion's not going to play. So who you putting in that spot, or who would you have started regardless of Zion? I heard you allude to it earlier.
I went Laurie Markkinen
Yeah, I mean, not only
or
does it-
DeMonte Sabonis.
Right. Sabonis is huge, and we were rumoring that about a John Collins for Sabonis and picks trade.
That'd be
that would be
insane.
scary. But if you know the stats, regardless of it being hosted in Utah, I would definitely say either Sabonis or Markkinen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just in that spot, just because, I mean, Zion, once again, can't stay healthy. Now, if he would have been playing, absolutely, because I guarantee you it would have matched up because he was balling.
He was
Yeah, if you
balling.
look at his numbers for what he did play in, it was
It's
just
just
like,
number
man,
of
again,
games.
he's going 9 for 12.
I think people are just happy to see that he actually was playing, so they like, Zion, get him in there.
Well, I guess then it's kind of I don't want to say nostalgic because he hasn't been in the league that long,
Right.
but the same way that we want to see Derrick Rose is like send him to a team where we can see him play.
Exactly.
And for your point, like you said, it's for the fans. I would rather see Zion out there dunking than Markin and Sabonis hitting hook shots and, and
Absolutely.
mid-range
'Cause
jumpers.
then you already know what it is. Curry, all the lobs and
So he better bring it. Zion, you better bring it.
if
and
you
dunk.
play,
We need at least 3 highlight dunks. Zion,
Absolutely.
required.
That's the thing, though. Is he gonna play for 2 minutes at the end of the first, second, and third quarter, and then when it actually matters, because they're only gonna play defense for the final 5 minutes of all right, get out of the game. We don't want to get you hurt, but the final 2 minutes of every quarter, go get it.
when we get close, we'll do an over/under on points to see
There
how
we
many
go.
we're gonna get. And right before we got here, to take this break. The Eastern starters: Giannis, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. Me personally, there's no way you can be leading the league in scoring
No way.
and not be an all-star starter. Joel Embiid. There's no way. And your team's number 2 in the East. How? And if you look at the list, there's no big for real. Giannis is there's no 5, I should say.
Yeah.
Giannis is a 4. Tatum's a 3/4. Durant's a 3. And he's probably not going to play. So of course they might going to plug him in now after Durant not being
Yes.
able to play. But that's insane that he wasn't named a starter. That's my main snub of the whole situation.
Yep, I'd be getting out of Philly.
Like something.
Like how?
How y'all not voting for me enough to
Y'all
get
know?
it? Come
It should
on.
be slam dunk. I'm putting in this much a game.
I
we
should be a
winning,
captain at
and
this point.
Exactly.
Like, because Giannis is having a Giannis type of year, but he's not being as impactful as Joel Embiid right now.
Yeah, and I feel like Philly. They say Philly like when Philly's doing good, NBA is doing good. But like
So why
he's
is
doing
Joel-
this Embiid, then he got snubbed for MVP. I'd be through with him.
Something's not right.
Philly hasn't been good since Iverson.
True.
Like when Philly's good, the league's good. What?
That's what they say. They
That's what
say
they
that
say.
about the Knicks too.
I was literally just gonna go there. I was like, the Knicks haven't been good since Jeff
Had-
Van Gundy was dragging from Alonzo Mourning's ankle.
The
You know what I'm
media
saying?
market, I guess.
Of course, it was a big market. That's why they always
Yes.
just like what the Giants and the Jets got so much love this year because they were winning.
Yeah, it's
Jets and
definitely
Giants
just-
are winning.
It's definitely just big.
Who
TV
cares?
markets.
Anyway, but so that's really one of the things that bothered me about the whole All-Star selection. It just didn't make any sense to me. But I don't know. They're still talking again about Joker maybe getting this MVP. Is weird. 3 years in a row is a bit much. But we'll see what happens.
No, they'll find somebody else. I think everyone would probably rather see LeBron get it at this age versus a third consecutive for Joker.
Absolutely.
But Luka, realistically,
No, absolutely. That's one of those things. It's just like Luka because they're what the six.
that's the thing.
They're the
It's
6
team
seed.
record.
They're the 6 seed, and they would not be there without him in the first place.
Yep.
And are they going to make a move?
I mean, they recently just did, didn't they?
I mean, they brought what a trade?
I could have sworn that they made one.
Nothing significant.
Nothing. Nothing.
Well,
that
They
made
came
it
out
happen.
and said Luca is pushing them to make
Of course,
more
it is.
moves.
Help me.
In whatever language.
They got him Spencer Dinwiddie.
Help me. Now, Christian Wood is balling for them. That was a big
Yes.
pickup in the offseason for them.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
He is balling for them. I will give him that. He's doing his job, but man, come on. I don't know. We're going a little bit past the time to pay these bills. We're going to go pay some bills real quick. When we get back, got a new segment for y'all, and then we'll do this championship weekend pick, and we'll get into the whole mix of this football thing to be getting close to this big game. All right?
Absolutely. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Special thank you to the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9
Yes, sir.
for show number 6, The Gary and Hary Show, featuring Beely the Plug as our VIP.
Yes, sir. And his Lakers purple and gold.
Like show, baby.
So let's transition. I'm gonna bring it to my man. We have a new segment, y'all. A new segment we're gonna start hitting. It's called I Highly Recommend. Brought to you by my man Hary over here. Talk to me, man. I highly recommend. It's gonna be a breakdown of not necessarily sports, but anything out there that entertainment wise, movies, TV shows, anything like that. What you got? What you got for me? Give me something good.
I highly recommend you take advantage of this promo code brought to you by RyanBeasley.com for all your smell good or most of your smell good needs. You got a promo code that'll save you 10%, GHS10. That'd be G for Gary, H for Hary, S for the show, 10, and it's 10% off any of your order. Feel free to support RyanBeasley.com for most of your smell good needs.
Shout out to Ryan. Big love right there.
One of our EPs, she's not here today. She's on vacation with the family.
Enjoy that.
Be safe, and looking forward to seeing you next time. As far as highly recommending, we all got Netflix. We all got Hulu. You got the attachments with Hulu sometimes, Showtime, Stars, whatever you like to watch.
Absolutely.
But I've been on a kick lately. These untold documentaries on Netflix. Malice at the Palace, Operation Flagrant Foul. Just all these, like, you wanted to know a little bit more about it. You might not remember much about it.
Right.
But when you go back and watch it, it's, 60 to 90 minutes worth of just gold. Steven Jackson got me hooked on the Malice at the Palace. Most people haven't heard from Steven Jackson in a while.
Unless you watch Up in Smoke. It's all the smoke.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was like, most people.
Right.
But depending on what, TV you're watching, we highly recommend.
Highly recommend.
The opening scene is just phenomenal. Steven Jackson's like looking back on the couch, just going on a rant, and he's like, "This is the last time I'm talking about it." I was like, yes, this is exactly.
I want that kind of.
energy.
That's why I want that kind of energy.
So check it out if you get a chance on Netflix. The Untold Documentaries. A couple weeks ago, when I wanted to debut the segment, Kaleidoscope was hot on Netflix. If you happen to watch that one, just from different angles, that was a cool little bank heist robbery. But we all got a couple favorites. I'm sure we're all watching something at the moment. What you got?
What am I mean, me and Gary talked about it. BMF is back.
Big deal.
It stumbled me into the clips they've been making about Charles and Lucille.
Yeah, man.
That's had me dying laughing, man. Dying
Hilarious. So, people, y'all got to check it out, man. BMF, people don't know, it's the backstory to the Black Mafia family. Started in Detroit, Big Meech and his brother and all them. Then they end up transitioning to Atlanta, but at this point, they're not there yet if you've been watching the show. But it's entertaining, man.
Just in case you do want to watch the show, it's on Stars.
It's on Stars. Yep. On Fridays. Fridays, if you set your DVR, things like that.
Shout out to 50 Cent, man. I mean,
50's huge.
Yeah, for BMF, he did this very well. The Power seasons.
You heard about the new one he got coming?
A new Power?
Not really. So what he's doing is it's a 8 Mile show that he's working on with Eminem right now.
Oh, wow.
So I'm looking at that like, okay.
He ain't been missing.
He hasn't missed, man, from the first Power to all the way up to now. Yeah. He's killing the game when it comes to the producing and making these shows.
I agree.
It's amazing. Even when it comes to the soundtracks, the songs that intro into the TV shows end up being popular. Like, he's done a great job with those.
Then I'm always on Law and Order. I'm a big Law and Order guy.
So. I was waiting on it. Yes.
Stable back. We got Organized Crime, man. I'm happy. They roll them back to back. SVU, Organized Crime. So yeah, if you ain't on it, you need to get on it. We on season 24. So.
24. Oh man, that's crazy.
We got
like the Simpsons around here.
SVU, baby.
We got 24, man. That is amazing.
That's a lot of seasons.
I've probably seen every episode too.
In the criminal justice system.
I wasn't gonna do it now, but if you do want a little bit of entertainment, feel free to check us out on Thursdays at the Tap Room. I'm hosting trivia, 7:30. One of my favorite categories is the TV show lyrics, where I poorly read you lyrics to a TV show, and you got to figure it out. What we're talking.
That's
about.
why I pointed at him right when we said Law and Order, because I was waiting on it.
I did rattle off that one as best as possible. There's 2 separate groups that defended by. Anyways, the Toom is famous.
Yes, that was so classic that day. I was rolling. That was hilarious. Also, let's transition. I know you said you watch a lot of Hulu too. I'm gonna go movie theaters right now. The new Avatar was amazing. If y'all haven't checked it out,
I gotta be honest, I didn't see the first one, and I don't care to see the second one.
I mean, if that's not your bag, I understand. But as far as
I also already thought I saw Avatar when I watched the second Wakanda. I was like, who are these blue people and why are they in the movie?
That's a good one.
hey, but look, so hey, so I saw those
for
movies like right around the same time, and I get that's perfect, that's amazing. But if you haven't seen it, as far as the graphics go, the CGI, that's why it took so long for them to make those movies. It's incredible when it comes to that.
I hear I got to have a half a day to watch it. How long is it?
Oh, they're long, but 3 hours.
I saw the
Three
first
and
one. I
some
do
change.
want to see the second
Yeah,
one.
and that's the main reason
It's
I
on
wanted
the
to see the
list.
second one, because I did take the time to see the first one back when it dropped. What was that? 2012,
Don't date us.
something like that. It was
First
something
one?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like
It was around-
2008.
I can't remember
It
the
was
time
something like
frame.
that. It was something like that. But the second one was good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to call out of work. You gotta catch up on Law and Order and then watch all of Avatar.
That's too much.
There we go.
That's a
The
lot.
whole day.
Need a whole weekend.
Now I'll transition to one that you gave me that I was looking forward to looking at anyway, but kind of not really because it's DC. I did catch Black Adam.
Finally, right?
I did catch it. It was good, man. I
was
enjoyed
better
it.
than you expected.
It was definitely better than I
Right.
expected. You check it out?
I
yet?
didn't, but I saw them dogging it, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch it. Then.
Who though?
It's DC. They gonna give DC
I think
problems.
they got
anyway.
into it with The Rock, and then it was just a whole mess about it. So it was like,
There is a little something there because he was obviously looking forward to being extended in the DC universe,
Okay.
and it was like we don't really have you in our first quarter plans right now.
Right.
And it's
Okay,
like,
okay.
why though? The movie didn't do bad.
You need me.
The supporting actor, I think the comedian Mo, I can't remember his name now. I gave him a shout out a couple shows ago. He was funny with his one-liners in the movie.
Right.
It was highly recommended. Like the topic, but
Right.
then I told everybody just go into it with an open mind. Like it's not The Rock's Kevin Hart, where it's
No.
like comedy buddy and
No,
blah
no,
blah
no.
blah. He's legitimately trying to play a superhero, but you've seen him in basically everything, so
Right.
you already have like a idea in
Predetermined,
mind of
right.
what it might be. But it really wasn't. I thought it was a really good film.
I did
Okay.
too. As far as him being a superhero, I was sold. As far as him being Black Adam, as far as portraying from the comic, as far as the demeanor, everything, he did a good job. He did an excellent job, and they should ride that wave because you haven't been doing anything with your DC movies. Marvel has swept y'all under the rug for the past 10 years. And for you to get The Rock, be able to get on board, y'all got to push that, man. And for people that haven't watched it, I'm not going to give anything away, but there's room for more. If you watch the movie, there's room for more. If you check the ending, the credits after the
That
the
post-credit
clip,
scene?
yeah,
That'll give you goosebumps.
it's
for a second. You're
legit.
just
So like, if
ooh.
you like, okay, I see what you're doing, but DC gonna find a way to mess it up. They always do.
Sounds like they did already.
That's what I'm saying. Just like what happened to the second Aquaman. The first one was good. What happened to the second one? They were filming it at one point. Now I haven't heard anything else about it.
What happened to Superman?
They tried. Batman vs Superman, Man of Steel. Man of Steel was good. It was 4 hours long, but you know,
that's what I'm saying. They movies be taking 2 hours to get
come
good.
on, man. It took a while.
You need to put this in the notes.
Something
Show up an hour late.
like, come on.
If you get a chance to check it out, it is a good movie.
Yeah, check it out.
check
It's
it
been
out.
coming on. What did I catch it on? HBO. Things on HBO now. HBO. It's
HBO
on
Max,
HBO.
probably.
Yeah,
Okay,
HBO Max. Yeah,
okay,
you can
yeah,
catch
I'ma
it.
check it out for
man.
sure.
It's not bad at all. It's not a long one. You know what I mean? It's enough to entertain you through the whole movie.
Okay.
Black Adam was pretty good. The Menu. Have you seen it?
I have not.
Delicious. I hate to use that word,
Man,
but
The Menu was amazing.
you can kind of predict what's going to happen too. But it does take
This
you on
is a
like,
movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a movie. It was in
Netflix?
theaters. It was in theaters. It's actually out on. It's on. I saw it. I have DirecTV, so I watched it on. I think it was Stars or HBO.
What genre?
So thriller,
Yeah.
mystery. It's one of those
I'll
ones.
try it out for y'all, but that ain't my bag.
But based off of the title, it's food related.
Okay.
So the menu, you get taken to an exclusive island to have this like 9-course wine and dine dinner and meal. The chef's talking to you, and then it takes off.
Okay.
Is that a good lead for you?
You know,
Yeah, I'll try.
All right.
Check it out, man. It like you said, it's predictable at some points, but the reason I liked it was because even when I tried to predict, they threw me a curveball.
Okay.
So it was one of those. I was like, "What?"
I end up yelling for them to do the opposite of what they're doing, and then I just get frustrated and find another movie.
You gotta wait it out, dog. Once you get committed, you gotta hold it down.
No,
Why are
I mean
we
that's
going
not
through
true. I give stand-up comedy 5 to 10 minutes every
Well, see,
time. and then I
that's a
just
whole
bail.
different animal in itself.
There's sometimes I'm just like, no, can't do it.
But see, me and you, we've talked about this before. Is when it comes to stand-up comedy, I've watched it all, so I know whether you're coming with it or not from the first 2 minutes
I have
you're on
a
stage.
refined palate.
Absolutely, when it comes to stand-up comedy, no doubt about it.
Okay.
Shout out to Alexis for listening and
So,
sorry for the random interruption.
oh no, you're fine. So, one more thing I got. If y'all don't have anything, one more I wrote down. A TV show called The Last of Us. Have y'all heard of it?
Heard of it, have not started yet.
So, The Last of Us is if you were into The Walking Dead at all. Yes, no.
On and off.
On
I
and
didn't.
off? Yes. No. So this is basically like another version of zombie situation, Walking Dead apocalypse type situation. And I saw the first episode, and the reason I watched the first episode because people were telling me the first episode of that was better than the first couple episodes of The Walking Dead. I kept up with The Walking Dead the first couple of seasons. Watching the first episode of The Last of Us, it's legit if you're into the zombies. It's a zombie watcher, that's your thing.
Okay.
I'm into it.
All right.
I mean, it's one of those things where you look at it, it's like, yeah, that could possibly happen if we had a zombie apocalypse, that is. But I still feel like that's possible. Y'all don't feel that? No? Ever? No?
Yes, I feel like
I mean, yeah, it's
possible.
definitely possible. I mean, if you take enough bath salts, people, do weird shit.
So, yeah, I mean, it's weird. Shout out to the Ryan still holding us down on watching the time. She's still holding us down.
RyanBeasley.com for most of your smell good needs.
Anybody else got anything else? Before we transition to...
I haven't watched it, but I got the You People on my list to watch.
That
I
just
know
popped
Eddie
up, too.
Murphy is on there.
Okay.
Mike Epps, so I want to check that
I
out.
saw about that. Okay, yeah. Different stuff.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, and on the cover was...
Lauren London.
There you go.
With, like you said, with Eddie Murphy as the dad, and who was it that was the mom?
Nia Long.
Yes. I'm so sorry, Nia.
ageless
I
wonder.
apologize,
Nia
Nia,
Long.
if you're listening. I'm so sorry.
You'd like to apologize in person.
Oh my goodness, I would. My goodness. Anyway, please, I show you a great time.
I got some validation.
You understand? Like you ain't got to worry about none of that. I got you.
Shout out to the MLX Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9.
Much love on that one.
You could be our next guest on the show. We'd have
Oh, absolutely, no questions asked. All right, y'all. It's the fun part. NFL championship weekend. Let's do it. We got to get these picks in. 2 amazing games. I'm gonna go with the second one that I think is the first game is my favorite one actually, the 3:00 game. We'll go ahead and hit that one first. San Fran and Philly, man. It's evenly matched, power versus speed. Quarterback, I take Jalen Hurts all day over Purdy. But as far as defensively, they're kind of even. What y'all thinking about this, man? This is one I'm looking most forward to.
I think everyone can agree that San Francisco's defense is better than Philly's.
Overall,
However, offensively, what Philly has done consistently throughout the entire season is why they are where they are now.
Very consistent.
I think it's going to be a streaky game that people aren't really going to expect. You'll see, San Francisco score 1, Philly will score 2, San Francisco score 2, Philly will score 2. Over under is what?
Over under on that game. The spread is 2.5 Philly.
Right, since it's in Philly.
The over under
Just to have a
46.
random score prediction, I'd probably go 20. I guess 26-20,
Okay.
something like that. Just something simple, but it's
they're winning?
in Philly, and the Brock Purdy story has been nice.
It has been.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Okay. Plug, what you got?
It's a tight one. Like you said, it's a good matchup. I'm going with Philly. I think just overall their entire team, they've done a tremendous job in just building their depth. I think the difference is going to be their wide receivers being able to get open against the 49ers cornerbacks and beat them with Devontae and AJ. And then just defensively, Hassan Reddick has been playing. I mean, Bosa should be Defensive Player of the Year, but Hassan Reddick's right there in that conversation, even though he's not getting the attention. But they got Brandon Graham. So I just like what Philly has, and I think this is the game where it shows up. I think this is the best defense Brock Purdy has faced. So
Absolutely, I can agree with that.
That front seven, they just even on the D line, they just stay rotating.
Oh man,
They're like eight deep
crazy.
on the D line. Josh Sweat, our boy from Florida State,
Yes, sir.
and you just keep on rotating bodies in.
Oh,
and it's
guess
like,
who's back? Big Jordan's back now
oh my God.
to go along with Sue and Linville Joseph and Fletcher Cox.
Brandon Graham.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
they
so
got two D lines in one.
basically
That's why they rotate, man.
exactly. The linebackers are underrated, but I like them. As far as linebacker comparison, I'd take San Fran's linebackers
For sure.
over Phillies when it comes to Fred Warner and Greenlaw.
That's generational talent, though. You
Absolutely.
went from literally Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis to Greenlaw and
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. Thank you. How do you get? That's like going from Favre to Rodgers. And like you just have this all pros consecutively that play next to each other. Whoever that scouting department is, like, good for them.
Them and John Lynch believing in whoever it is, telling him we like this person, go with it. So with that being said, I will take Philly. They put up 200 plus yards rushing on the Giants last week, so they are going to try to run the ball. It's strength against strength because San Francisco doesn't give up many rushing yards. But like you said, the secondary is where I think they're going to have some problems. If Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, if Jalen gets some time to be able to get it back there, and they can't get there, because when you talk about pass rushers for the San Fran, you got Armstead and you got Bosa, the main two. And if you can somewhat chip them and do your thing, you get a little time to try to take advantage. Now, young Palomalu back there, you got to watch him. Mufunga.
SC, baby.
Hey, dog. You understand?
SC.
And then when you talk about him being a Palomalu comparison, that's actually his mentor. I didn't realize that till I did some more studying.
Yeah.
But it makes perfect sense. He plays just like him. So, yeah, I'll take Philly. It's going to be a barn burner, man. I can't wait to watch that game. I'm glad it's first. All right, the second game, 6:30. Match number 4, Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes. What you got? The spread is 1.5, over under 48.
People forget, though, Kansas City gets loud.
Yes, sir.
Kansas City and Seattle are two of the loudest stadiums in the country.
Especially when they're disrespected.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Burrowhead? I could not believe they said that.
I mean,
say it again?
They said, we'll see you at Burrowhead.
the Bengals have been calling it that.
That's going to bite him in the ass. I'll tell you that right now. That,
Burrowhead?
Yes.
That's insane.
Why are you going to throw gasoline on a fire? Like,
Man, sleeping giant, really, for real.
I was hoping this was fake, but I think the mayor came out and was saying, like, Burrow's Mahomes' daddy.
See, like, come on, man. And we playing with Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes here. Why are y'all playing games?
Like, that's what I was.
all right, well, they're going to have something special first play of the game for you.
Like,
then,
come
I'll tell
on,
you that.
man.
Chris Jones ended his press conference. He said, see y'all at Burrowhead.
Yes.
He's ready.
He is ready. Shout out to his brother coming back soon.
Chris Jones, the D
D
tackle
tackle
for
the Chiefs.
Kansas City.
Said at the end of his press conference,
So
see
he's
y'all
like,
at
oh,
Burrowhead
okay.
since y'all want to pop.
Oh, why are you feeding into it, man?
Oh, man. That let you
I don't
know what
wanna-
he coming with.
I don't want to talk about his brother, though. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm glad his brother's coming back, though. We'll talk about it another
No,
day.
I don't want to talk about it.
Another day.
I'm going Kansas City. Even if Mahomes is out there in a damn walking boot, you're gonna piss off somebody. And Andy Reid, and they're gonna come out with a special play, first play of the game for you. Kansas City gets loud, man. And I didn't want to reference this because I do believe in some conspiracy theories. I guarantee you'll find it interesting, and if all of a sudden, similar to what happened to the Dolphins in Buffalo, that the communications in the helmet or down to from the booth to
Man,
the play
look.
call just stop working
Anything can happen
magically.
Y'all tried
you get
it.
what I'm saying?
They
Yes, I
tried
do.
it,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? So just
No,
let's see what happens, but it will be a shootout. It will be a shootout. I still don't understand. We were talking about it before the show, how Cincinnati's offensive line is this good because they were playing with 3 backups last week. So I guess if you get the chance to run the ball and punch somebody in the mouth,
better do it.
you take advantage of the opportunity.
do
But
it.
over
Kansas
under-
City can't stop the run, though. That's one thing that defense can do. They're pretty decent at stopping the run.
yeah,
pretty
especially if
decent.
you know it's coming, just throw
Exactly.
8 in the box. What's over under again?
48.
48.
2-minute warning for us as well, too.
Somebody gave me a statistic yesterday. Who is it? Oh, shout out to Derek, bartender at Terrapin.
My dog.
Derek Mason. He gave me a stat. I don't know if this is true or not, but 60.
It's a stat.
I mean, I just haven't got a chance to look it up. What's up, Rainey?
Rainey says, check Mahomes' birth certificate.
After the game, sure,
After
we could
the
do that, no problem. 64 different games this year for, I guess, the regular season and the playoffs all ended on a game-winning field goal.
That sounds about right.
That's a lot.
There was a lot of that.
It is a lot.
That's a
There was
lot.
a lot of that.
That's
I think
a
there's
lot.
like a prop bet out there, like plus 450. If you bet 100, that the game's going to end in a game-winning field goal.
What kicker you trust? McPherson or Buckner?
The dude, I guess, that I share the same first name with, Harrison Bucker.
All right.
Georgia Tech kicker. Shout out Georgia Tech.
So that's saying you taking KC.
Yeah, I'm going KC. You said over-under is 46?
48.
48. Yeah. I go
Okay.
27, 21. Yeah, even if it comes down to a game-winning field goal.
Understood.
But, yeah, I'm picking Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm
Plug.
going-
Kansas City.
The plug's going with Kansas City. It's just too hard to continuously beat that kind of a team, and they beat them like 3 straight.
Consecutively.
Yeah,
Let
so
alone get to back-to-back Super Bowls.
exactly.
And then you're going to poke the bear and stoke the fire? Like,
Oh,
come on.
They slapped the hell out the bear. They didn't poke him.
Yeah,
They
and I was
slapped
worried about his ankle, but I seen some clips from practice. He's getting around. I mean, this is.
I mean, you come down to it, they gonna shoot that thing up.
But come on, Gary. High ankles normally
Oh,
at
yeah.
least 2. Like
Absolutely.
you gotta sit for 2. So
Even-
I don't know.
I think the tackle and the replay on it made it look way worse.
It was nasty now.
You know?
It was nasty.
But normally, as soon as they say high, it's 2 weeks. We can't even see you for 2 weeks. But looks like he's gonna be able to play. He's been getting around fine. Again, I think Juju's gonna have a big game. I believe SC again, baby. But yeah,
They gonna need him.
The misdirection and everything. Like, you don't be surprised if you see some
Y'all remember
wildcat.
did y'all see the round robin huddle they had when they got in the huddle and did the little spin around?
What do they call it? The merry-go-round?
Yeah.
It's
I
stupid.
think
stuff.
Kelsey's gonna have a huge game.
Of course.
He had
Mr. Red
10
Zone.
catches in the first half.
Mr.
Exactly.
Red Zone. If he can't find anybody else, you know who he going.
I would just say Mr. Over the middle.
Period.
Because he had 10 catches in the first half last game. Yeah, he's going to be there in the red zone, but
I've got Chris Jones as the difference maker. I think
I
it'll be
get
a
that.
tight
He's
game.
defensive player of
Fourth
the year
quarter, I
candidate.
think he's gonna show up.
Defensive player of the year candidate. I as well.
because of that offensive line, sorry to cut you
No, you're
off,
good.
because of that offensive line and because of Chris Jones, especially if he said that, I didn't know he said that. I think he's going to use that as motivation. I'm going to give him player of the game, and I'm going to give him about 2.5 sacks.
Okay.
Give him about 2.5 because of that offensive line.
And then, like I say, that's what I've been hearing too. If he has a defensive player of the year candidate type of game, that it should solidify and lock that thing down because he's gonna probably have to be the closer. He's probably gonna have to be the closer. I also am taking Kansas City. I feel like I know we went
Who you
sweep.
taking then?
We went sweep around the board this time, but I just don't. My main thing is I don't see them beating Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes 4 times in a row. That's my main thing. So we got that. Sounds like everybody's saying Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl, which will be amazing. A great game, and
I had this before the playoffs started.
that's beautiful.
I mean, they were 1 seed, so I
They
don't
were
need too
I mean,
much credit. But
you know. But hey, some people didn't pick it like that.
yeah.
To go with that, I think timing wise, we'll be back Super Bowl week. Are we gonna be back Super Bowl week? Maybe
We
might
could
time up that way.
Check the calendar.
We'll check it.
Mike, who you got? Chiefs, Bengals.
Falcons.
There you go,
There
baby.
we go.
answer.
There you go,
There
baby.
we go.
Way to represent. Rise up.
Shout out to new defensive coordinator that we just picked up
Nielsen.
from the enemy. But hey, we'll see how it happens.
He came from New Orleans?
Yes.
It's co-defensive
As
coordinator.
did the GM.
Yes, Fontenot. Yes.
Yep.
All right,
So we'll see.
what
How
else
it works.
happens.
Also, people like
what
Dwan
else
out there
happens.
who's gonna be like, "Oh, y'all take him from us. Y'all got to take him from us. Try to be good." But I don't hear how that. It's just the way things work out in the NFL. Things
Yeah.
happen. All right.
How
Cam
did he
Jordan
get
was hating too.
2-3 mentions in the last 2-3 shows?
I don't know. I know
I
you
was-
guys
I was
gave
making-
Derek one earlier, but
No, Derek earned it, but I was making fun of Dewan for Brace Fest. Like, he wasn't going to be able to reach over the bar
that
like
was
Ozzy.
good. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Well, he got another one just because we brought up his little whack team for a quick
There it
second.
is. Okay.
To close it out, man, appreciate y'all listening. One quick closing statement. One thing I found out before we go. Guess how much it is for a Super Bowl commercial this year?
Oh, I thought we were going somewhere else.
No.
I was like,
it's
this is
not
what
too
we're going
bad.
to say.
It's not too bad. We're going to close it off with this.
$2 million.
Okay?
For they usually
30
do,
second spot.
Yeah, they usually do 30
30
second
spot.
spots. So just to Price is Right, you $5 million.
$7 million this year.
Yeah.
$7 million for a 30-second spot Super Bowl this year.
Can I tell you my favorite Super Bowl commercial ever?
Talk to me before we get out of here.
There's a beer called Old Milwaukee. I'm not trying to pimp him out since obviously Terrapin. But Will Ferrell did the Super Bowl commercial, and he's 6'4", SC guy, right? There's
my
a
guy.
theme to the show, I guess.
That's my guy.
6'4", 6'5". He's got that, curly little Jufro. He's walking through. I could say that.
Yes, you
He's
can.
walking through.
Yes, you can.
He's walking through the cornfield, Literally at like the 29-second mark, because the Super Bowl spots are 30 seconds. At the 29-second mark, he's got a can of beer and it's Old Milwaukee, and he just comes out through the corn and he goes, Old Milk, and it cuts off.
That's definitely a Will Ferrell
The
commercial.
dumbest waste
Definitely
of
Will
money,
Ferrell,
but I
period.
just thought it was funny as hell.
But I mean, the point got across, and everybody probably looked it up. They're like, what commercial was that? And they probably got the money's worth out of that.
At that time, I would say a Google or Twitter was probably blowing up. For that.
Exactly. Man.
7 million, though.
Yeah, 7 million. That's crazy. Well, that hour went by. Don't get mad at us. We a couple minutes over, but it's always fun, man. Appreciate you coming on. Welcome back, brother, and we'll be back soon. Mike, appreciate you. Appreciate y'all listening out there. Facebook, YouTube, on the radio station.
One more time.
Say it again, bro. What'd you say? Oh,
How to follow. There it is.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, Power 108, YouTube, Gary and Hary Show. Actually, we're going to have us an Instagram page coming soon. Power 108.9 and on Facebook through that link as well. The Gary and Hary Show.
Special thank you to Power 108.9, the Alex Broadcasting Company. Be Lee the plug. Everyone listening at home, online, you can always reference Alexa. We appreciate you guys.
So much.
Thank you so much. Be safe and hope to see you around Super Bowl time.
See y'all later, man. Have a good one. Oh, we got it. Oh, Milwaukee.
Oh, you pulled it up?
He pulled it.